Welcome back. Welcome back. I know. What is he doing? He's fucking going rock star. He's doing one after another. I know. It's alright. It's alright. I've got it under control. It's alright. Anyway, right. So I've done the chicken korma last night under a little bit of sleepy duress. So it weren't as brilliant as I wanted it to be. I fucked the bungees up completely. I will admit this, before I had my 40 wings, I did have a quick kit, and before I done that, I did do the bargee. I done a tester bargee in the oil. Now that oil is beef fat, so yeah, it didn't taste great, and I knew that, and I just thought, fuck it, do you know what, I'll just do them. They looked alright, I'll just do them for presentation, and it didn't go to plan. It fucked up. I didn't do the mint and garlic sauce dip, obviously because I didn't do the bargees. There you go. But the korma come out okay. I think I slightly used too much cream. Don't forget, I'm on early doors on all this. I'm on early stages. It's not like I haven't been able to fucking like not feed myself for like the last fucking 46 years, because I have. You know, but it'll be like sling a fucking chicken in, the oven, whack a fucking jack of potato in. If it comes out, happy days, winner winner. If it don't, not winner winnery anyway. So yeah, so there we go. Right, so what are we babbling on about? Now, I weren't going to do this, but I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm going down the route of fuck it. We're going to do it. Why not? It's Sunday. Most of the washing on, we won't washing on. Most of the stuff in my flat has been done. I've done a bit of tidying up and that sort of thing. So I was going to leave this for probably about Tuesday, and I just thought, well, I've got all the ingredients. I might as well just do it. And what are we going on about? We are going to be making a puff pastry quiche. So we're going for a puff pastry, broccoli, bacon and roasted tomato quiche with loads of cheese, obviously, because we do like our cheese. Now I've watched a few videos, and I think I'm gonna have to. The oven is on, and it's on for a reason, because we're going to lay the pastry. I'm not making the puff pastry, by the way. I'm not that. I'm pretty good at short crust pastry, but puff pastry is not happening just yet. So anyway, right, we've got our bits out. We've got our eggs. We've got our broccoli. We've got our bacon. The peas are for something else. I'm going to be doing a nice pea and egg salad to go with this. So that's for something else. So yeah, so we're just going to get on with it, really. So anyway, so everyone's having a nice Sunday. And here we go. Right, first thing we're going to do is we need to do this fairly swift. Let's line the pan with some oil first. Bit of that. That's fine. Doesn't matter what oil you use, just oil it. Make sure it's all oiled, round the rim, everywhere. So we don't want no stickage, right? That is what we do not want. Stickage is our enemy. Yeah, we are on battle duties, right? The leader, me, has been woken up from the squad, and as the bell's ringing, the town man's up there saying enemies approaching. We're on battle duties. Right, here we go. Tin foil. We're going to need this. Now, I don't know how much we're going to need. I'm going to go for about that much. And I'm just going to leave that over there. Right, so cheese puff pastry. Now, I've had this before and it's actually quite nice. And basically what we're doing, right, the oven's just decided to turn off. Right, the oven, I'm just going to call it Christine. So Christine has decided to turn herself off. Now, I don't want that, obviously. So we're using shop bought puff pastry, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's very fine. If you want to make your own, go for it, right? If you want to make your own phyllo pastry, then you are a legend. Because I was going to do that, and I looked into it, and I just thought, yeah, that's not going to be happening, is it? So, right, so we need to quickly do this, because if I fanny about too much, it's going to fuck up. And it's starting to fuck up, so, right, because I'm fannying around, and he doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, it's breaking up. I don't really care, really. It might give it a more rustic look, who knows? Oh god. Right, who knows? Oh cock, that looks a bit shit. Right, is it going to work? I reckon it still will, to be honest with you. Because a lot of people go, oh, they get a bit too sensitive about all this sort of stuff, really, to be honest with you. And I know it's for good reason, but, right, I'm just going to, as long as you're gentle and don't, like, be a complete donut. Right, I don't really care how it goes in, as long as it goes in. So, you know, if you have to do a bit of adaptation to it, I personally think that's fine. I'm not really a master at this. You know, we're just gonna get it in like that. Make sure it's over the sides. You know, crimp it a bit. Who cares? Actually, no, incorporate. We're not going to get rid of all this. Let's make it medieval. Let's go med. Let's go med style. See, the thing with all these sort of things is just to be sort of like creative. You know, don't, you know, if Gordon Ramsay says fucking do this way, and this way, well, no, bollocks. And the reason why is because this isn't going to be sold to the general public, is it? It's for my consumption only. So I really could do what I want with this. You know, if I wanted to go mad and put curry sauce in it and say bollocks, I could do that instead. But the thing with this puff pastry is not to take 12,000 years to complete it. So I want a little bit, I'm trying to create a little bit of an edge on it, just to give it a nice, I want it a nice medievally crusty look, and also I want to use up all this pastry, so, you know, why wouldn't I? You know, fucking hell, I'm chucking food away. You know, and these cost of living crises times, you know, caused by, no idea, I really haven't. I really can't work it out. I'm utterly confused as you. Oh. So, anyway, Susan, there we go. So, let's just make sure that's all on there. Now, I'm not going to do anything else to this. Let's get it up. I'm faffing around a bit, I know I am. Right, okay, cool. Right, silver foil on. Shut up, washing machine. Fuck's sake. Right. Right, gently. Just gently fill it, like that. Make sure all the sides are protected. because it's going in the oven. Now, I've seen people skip this process, and they do seem to have more non-cooked bases. So, oh god, I hope that doesn't stick. I really don't. Right, let's do it. It's only going in for 10 minutes. I'm going to put some rice in there just to level it down. Right, it's going in the oven for about 10 minutes at about 210 degrees, and that's it. Right, go. Right, that's on. Right, winner, winner. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Dinner. You never know. You never know on the Sergeant's channel. It might all go Pete Tong. Like last night with the onion bhajis, that was a disaster. I was almost shamed to. I was so shamed I was going to eat my toe. Right, okay. We've got this going on. We've got a tomato here I want to slice up. So, alright, this tomato is not in the best of conditions. I mean, you could even call this a budget special, actually. I think I will. I think I'm going to call it a budget special because it costs fuck all to make, right? Fuck all. All it costs is your love and your labour for food and thinking, you know, what do I want to have for dinner tonight? Do I want to have a fucking chicken and mushroom pot noodle on a piece of toast that is about fucking 4 weeks out of date? Or do I want to actually make something nice? And that's up to you. Because it's a winner-winner. Right, it's not a chicken dinner, it's a winner-winner. Right, got the pan on. Why has it got the pan on? Right, we're going to take our thyme and garlic oil, and I'm going to lightly fry these fuckers. Hopefully, if that is on. Let's get it on full whack. We're having to go caveman. We're going caveman, sorry. We are doing it. It's happening. That wall was on for a reason. Right, I've got to time all this because I'm fucking like, oh god. Right, okay, right, it's 10 past 5. That's gone in. I reckon 20 past 5, that should be happy days. So I'm going to just whack a little bit of oil in just to start it off. Right, it is kicking off. Right, these will get a bit fruity. I'm just going to whack them in and whack them in. I was going to roast them off in the oven, and then I just thought, nah, we'll just fry them. We'll just fry them. So it's fine. Everything is under control. Everything's always under control in the kitchen. Right? That's the first thing. We are in charge because we're winning here. Right? Right, now I'm going to give them a little top to them a tiny pinch of salt. Just a tiny bit. And a little tiny pinch of black pepper. You probably can't even see it actually. It's so minute it wouldn't even feed a poor church mouse. Right, now I'm going to take the gloopy stuff of this garlic and thyme oil. And we're just going to sprinkle it on like that. And that's winner. And that is, and there we go. And that is the difference between a pot noodle and a list of grains faggots slam in the oven. So there we are, and that is what I'm saying. So I'm keeping an eye on that water. That water is going to be used for something, but that's coming up later. Right. Right. I need to get little dish out. so I can place these tomatoes on when they come out of their little situation. I'll take these off now. That's on hot, far too much hardcore salt. Just chuck them over. And we'll leave them off now, and they can just cook in. I'm just trying to embody a bit of flavour into them. That's all I'm doing. Oh god, this one's a bastard. Right, so I'll leave that over there. That's fine. That can go off. Right. Because now we need to do the bacon. But before we do that, I like to keep this work surface as clean as possible, especially after the incident of last night with the onion barges. I was highly disappointed about that. I wanted to serve up onion barges. I was so gutted, you know. I mean, I wasn't on the verge of like almost killing myself or anything like that. I mean, it was just a case of I was a bit annoyed, really. So I'm just wiping down the oven so Christine can sauce high for that. Right, okay, that's on and that is on. That's got to be on full whack. Right, here we go. Here we are. So what am I doing? Well, even though we do the quiche and there's ingredients going in, we need to fry off some bacon. So that is what we're doing. So I'm going to change that up and get our oil out. So I normally use this hazelnut oil. Well, it's roasted hazelnut and roasted pine nut oil. And I've had it for a while and it's done me well. Right? It served me well. It needs medals. It's done its time. You know, it's done well. So we're just going to use it. I just use it as a base oil, really, to be honest with you. So there we go. Right, I'm going to give my washing another go. There it goes. Right. So it's a bit warm, everyone. Obviously, because it is. It makes me laugh. I actually had quite an in-depth conversation with somebody at work, and I was actually saying to him, would you like to know why it's quite warm? And he said, yes, I would. He actually had no idea why it was actually warm. And I said to him, I said, well, the reason why it's quite warm is because it's actually like fucking summer. It's sort of what happens. It's weird. I've never noticed it before. Been on this planet for 46 years, I haven't noticed it, that when it's summer, it's warm. And guess what? When it's winter, it's shit. There you go. So, there we are. Anyway, as I'm getting older, I must admit I do prefer winter, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of the old summer. So, I'm going to lower that oil down a bit. So, we want to get these cooked off now. So, because this is all... And I'm starting to yibba yabba a little bit too much. Right, don't forget, everything you put in these pans, it cools them down. Right? Cools them down. Like a snowman. Like Jack Frost visiting your house. You're all warm in your bed and all he comes in and zap. You're fucking freezing. Does the same sort of thing. It always cools things down. So now we need to build up the temperature. We can see the oil coming up from the bottom. We're getting fucking there. So, a nice Sunday late afternoon here. Very peaceful. Very peaceful. There was a cat fight earlier outside, very intense. Somebody knocked a bin over last night, some car drove into a bin, all I heard was rubbish all over the floor. And this morning it's all been cleared up. So, and I do the same. If some dickhead has left that rubbish and like the foxes come and eat it, thanks Tony Blair for the fox ban, well done. Then I will go out there and clear it all up. Because that's just the sort of person I am. Because I'm a conscientious objector. Right, here we go. Right, let's not forget about the bacon. This is important. It's quite thin, so we do have to be careful. And because this frying pan is pretty crap, we're going to sort of do it properly. Right. So we're just looking for a nice bit of colour. You know, that's all we're looking for at the moment. You know, nothing too mental. Hang on. Right, this is going to be ready now. We're now taking it out. There we go. You know, we're not pastry dinner. Now, I've got actually no idea at what temperature I actually cook this quiche at. So that is a bit of a problem. I actually forgot to write that bit down. So I'm going to do it about 160 and we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know if you have to do it. I mean, I'm thinking about it actually. Yeah, do it like that, probably about 190 maybe to get everything cooked properly. So, because I've never done a quiche before. Right, oh, we've got a major nightmare going on. Oh shit. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. He's not having a meltdown. He isn't. Oh, crap. I did have a slight fear that would happen, but it's alright. It's not a major problem. And it isn't. And we say no. Possibly. Oh shit, that's hot. Fuck. Right, okay, I need a plate. Right, so, okay, let's chuck the bacon over. That is happy days, it's fine. We are winner in it. Right, okay, there's the bacon. Right, there's the bacon. Alright, don't have a meltdown, it's fine. It's alright, it's cool, we've got it under control. We know what we're doing. There's a bit of pastry falling off there, it's fine. It's alright, right, that's well warm. Okay, now I need to get a bowl. First of all we need to do is cut these. See how I move that with the knife? See that? That's called that's called pie pot movement, alright? That's a skill. Takes a lot of years of practice, that does. You know what I mean? They take this. Right, let's get these little ferrets going. So we want tiny little ferrets on. There we go. There we are, nice and little. Nice and manageable. We don't want mentalness. You don't want big chunks in this because it's going in raw, right? Raw. Right, don't start eating crayons. It's going in raw, alright? And that is what we've got. So there we go. Let's cut that fucker up. Right, that's it. Right, okay. Right, okie dokie. What are we doing? What we're going to be doing is I'm going to be placing my broccoli in the puff pastry dish of joy. I've actually got slightly too much. It probably will contract. Actually, it's never too much, is it? Fuck it. Let's go mental. We're going rock star. That's what we're doing. We're not fucking around. We're not taking the piss. We are doing it properly. Right, bacon. Just tear it up, mate, and chuck it in. That's what we're doing. Yeah? Big, nice, lumpy chunks of bacon, mate. We are not pissing around. Alright, we are doing Rockstar. Yeah, I mean, I weren't going to do this today. I thought, you know, I can't particularly be bothered. I've got to do the washing. I've got other stuff to do, like other stuff. And then we decided, no, we are going to do it. Because then I can do something else during the week. I don't know, who knows. Who knows? Right, the tomatoes I'm going to leave. And there's a reason for that. Is because first things first, before we do anything else, I need to get some butter. And we need to place this in the microwave for a short period of time. And then what we need to do now is get a bowl, and we need to crack some eggs. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going for about 4 eggs. I think more eggs are better, to be honest with you. That's the way I look at it. I think eggs are a winner. Right. So I'm going to whisk these up first. Just like a semi-whisk, nothing professional. Oh, let's take that out. That's fine. Right, now I've still got a little bit of cream left over from the previous night. So we're going to whack cream here. Right, let's get all that in. Yeah, it's alright, you're not eating it, I am, so bollocks. Right, milk. I need to work out roughly how much I've got. Right, okay, I think that'll be fine. Right, now, cheese. Okie dokie, so we've got cheese to go in now. Now, what we've got is a couple of different varieties of the cheese. I've probably got too much of this mixture, right? I've probably got too much, but don't worry about it, right? It's fine. It's never a problem. A lot of people do sort of, what's the word? They sort of like get a bit panicky about shit, and it's a case of, well, at the end of the day, you know, it's not a major, it's not really a major issue. You know, if it don't come out great, then it don't come out great, does it? You know what, you're not going to get sued or anything. So, let's just give that a whiz. So we've got some red Leicester going in here. I want a bit of colour. Right, got some extra mature cheddar. That's going in, 100%. I want it cheese, alright, I want cheese. I want it as cheesy as your nan's knickers on a Friday night after a heavy bingo session with Alfred and his special stick. So there you go, say no more. Right, so I'm also whacking in a bit of parmesan with this as well. Just going fucking rockstar, mate. You know, just do what you want. We're just having fun, mate. That's all we're doing. We're just going, right, this is quite cool. I like doing this. And, yeah. And that's what we're doing. We're giving it a bit of rock star. Right, okay, so what I'm going to plan to do is, I think, let's give all this cheese a gentle mix in. So we've got a nice mixture, right, of cheese, like that. Okay, and then we've got our thing in here that we're going to fill up. We'll try to. It's puff pastry, so normally you do this with short crust pastry, but we're doing it with puff pastry, and I've just thought, why not? Fuck it, who cares? You know. Right, we're going to put a bit of cheese in around it first, and then we've got the mixture. It's probably far too much, probably. We'll have to just let it seep in. It might not be, I don't know. I might be surprised. No, I am surprised. There you go. I think that's one thing that's quite interesting about food, is it always surprises you. It really does. It always surprises me. I love it. I think food's great. Right. We're going to place some tomatoes on. Just a few. Now. And there. This one's a little bit more delicate. And there. There. And then the rest of the cheese. We'll just sprinkle round. Try and sprinkle round the tomatoes, not completely over them. There we go. Fucking have me mad. Just keep it rustic. Keep it rustic. Keep it mental looking. And you know, it's a winner hopefully. The short crust pastry has sort of gone in on itself a little bit. So I'm buttering the edge, but there's not really much edge there to it, so we'll see how it goes. You know, it might be a disaster, it might not be. Who fucking knows? Nobody knows, not even me. And I'm doing it. So I'm going to stick this in the oven. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I reckon about 160 might be better. I'm going to lower the shelf with a tiny tad. And we're going to whack this in. Before we do, we're going to give it a quick season. A little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper, and we will see what this comes out like. We don't know just yet. It'll be one of God's mysteries of life. Here we go. Right, in it goes. Wish it luck. Let's turn it now. I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to do it about 200. Fuck it. I'm going to do it on about 200. See how it goes. Right. Wish it luck. May the gods fare it well. And may the gods fare you well as well. Right, I'm going to turn this off now because this is for later. I don't really need that. Right, so that's the broccoli, bacon and tomato quiche done, part 1. I'll see you a bit later in part 2. Winner, winner, quiche dinner.